Okay, this is a new series of recordings that I want to do about the Verbingo dashboard. Now, the dashboard is the client side of Verbingo, the admin side, not the translator side. And in fact, the first steps to logging in is to go to verbingo.com, and you'll notice we have both methods of logging in. Translators will click green, and clients or users or admins, whatever you want to call yourself, will click on client login. Now, here's where you come to already a decision about how you're going to manage your materials, because here's where you log into a dashboard. I'll show you what that means. I've got a username and password which you can create for yourself, and then you log in and instantly you have access to this dashboard. Now if you will be able to conduct all your work using one dashboard, great. That might be best for you. But if you have a lot of work, you may need to consider more than one dashboard. For example, I'll show you this dashboard has been specified for Asian languages. And so you click into the My Projects button just to get a look at the projects that we have here. And you see there are several of them. Very hard to manage at this point. It gets clunky and burdensome. Even if you look at the hidden projects, which are projects that have been completed, you can see many projects there and even 4 full more pages to go. So this is just one example of how one small set of languages, and here you see the language pairs are only the Asian languages. Indonesian, Korean, Vietnamese, and Chinese. So imagine having more languages than that. So your first decision, how should I divide up my work? Now most clients, for one individual client, can get everything done with one dashboard. But like I said, here's a client where not only have we divided this into Asian languages, but we also have one for Southern Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Central Europe, etc. And we've divided up the entire world to handle just their language pairs, because there's so much work to manage. And it works okay, but you just have to remember what your usernames and passwords are. Okay, so logging back in, this video I just wanted to talk about dashboard setup and the My Projects button, which is the first button under the Home button. Here you see again, as I showed before, all of your projects, and without too much explanation, you see language pair, word counts, and status. You can sort to see if you want to immediately see which projects maybe are not done, maybe they're behind. This gives you a snapshot as the projects here are live and they are being worked on in real time. You also see there is a column for deadline and then the assign box here. Now in the assign box is where we reach out to our network of translators, and they know who we are, so and then we communicate with them regularly. So when a project comes to them, it's no surprise. If you have a similar situation, then this will work for you. Otherwise, don't expect just to assign something and have it get done. You have to have somebody that you know on the other end who is going to do the work. And again, we refer you to Verbatim Solutions for that assistance if you need it. A couple other buttons here: Hide, Purge, and View. The Hide button simply takes a project and moves it under this hidden tab, as I showed you before. This kind of gets it out of your way so you don't have to have it there. Yeah, this is good to keep all completed projects here hidden so you don't have to worry about them. One best practice is to not allow incomplete projects to be hidden, because as I will show you later, the segments in these projects will factor into matching. And if they are not completed, if you forget about them and you leave them untranslated, they will always appear in your reports. So you need to manage your projects well and try to keep them at 100%. Or if you decided to abandon a project, we have the Purge button here where you can clean out a project and not have to worry about it anymore. This eliminates it from your project list, removes it from any potential matching, and you can always reload a project later in case you find that it's not what you wanted. The View button allows you to peek inside a project and see just what the translator sees, and this is great to use for project setup, so you can see that the segmentation is correct and not and segments are not chopped etc. We'll talk more about that in another video. And the only other thing I want to talk about here on this My Projects tab is, the ability to sort by language pair up here, but also if you click on a project name, you'll get the button that says a couple of options here for you to either rename it by simply typing in and save, or you can also export. And export allows you to export all the segments in that project. Archive will allow you to export all the segments in that language pair, so that it's a much bigger export. But of course, by doing so, you then have an Excel file with source in one column and translation in another that you can export and use however you wish at any time that you wish. I believe that's all we wanted to talk about in this segment. So if you have questions, please let us know here at Verbatim Solutions, and we'll get back to you soon. Thanks.